NBA action. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce courtside. Here we go. It'll be the Cavaliers off the tip. Mobley with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Mobley, right side. Abdul-Jabbar.
That's great anticipation and accuracy by Mobley to set up his teammate.
Richard, last season's Defensive Player of the Year, Evan Mobley. He's quickly becoming a two-way terror.
Yeah, the Cavs have unlocked him offensively, putting the ball in his hands and encouraging him to let it fly from long distance. He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey there, I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. I asked him if he's focused on a particular player in the opposing lineup, and Coach stressed the message he delivered to his team about Pascal Siakam. It was simple. Don't bite on his spin move. He doesn't want his guys falling for Siakam's tricks in the low post. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that.
Talk about a high percentage look. Allen right at the rim.
Here's Pippen. Siakam outside. They set a pick. Siakam gets doubled. Here's Pippen. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, textbook pick and roll right there. Siakam doing an outstanding job playing facilitator there.
Pass to Ellis. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Now here's Nembhard. From deep. And he buries his first look.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And so McConnell will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Here's Cleveland. They trail by one. Good on the bucket.
This is Mobley's zone. He's got all the size he needs to dominate this paint.
Now here's McConnell. Outside Edwards. To the inside. Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Easy for the big man Allen to get up and throw it down.
And last season, the Cavs were pretty healthy through the regular season, but that luck deserted them in the playoffs.
And I think that and that they didn't have a lot of competition in their first-round matchup did not set them up to succeed.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. So McConnell will bring it up for Indiana. They trail by one. Here's Edwards. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And Harden gets the double team. Pass to Ellis. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Ellis left side. Cleveland shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And that one misses. And last season, the Pacers started the playoffs with home court advantage for the first time in over a decade, Grant.
Yeah, the 4th seed in the East, BA. And with a blend of youth and experience on the roster, this is a team built to win now and into the future.
Here's Allen. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
So much reach. Allen using that wingspan to his advantage.
Outside Harden. Nembhard outside. To the paint. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Shoots over Allen. And another miss by Cleveland.
I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised he missed that.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by Ellis. Siakam the screen. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And that's now 8 points for Jared Allen.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And a big-time jam right there.
The most underrated part of Harden's game, his playmaking. James is amazing at setting up other players.
Pass to Allen. Siakam left side. Back to Allen. 6 to shoot. Here's Edwards. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. The Cavs trailing. Now Nembhard. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Defended by Pippen. Oh, it's stolen by Siakam. He's all alone. And Siakam with the slam.
Yeah, and when it comes to finishing plays, Siakam can beat you back to the basket, facing up and, of course, in transition.
To the middle. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Exposing the defense and taking advantage in the paint.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air. Jared Allen getting it done for the Pacers. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pacers?
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
From deep, Strus. That one falls, coming off Schroeder's feed. And in recent years, we've seen the value of 3-and-D wings skyrocket, Richard.
And that trend came right about the end of my career, so I never got to cash in on one of those big 3-and-Ds, but I did win a championship playing that role, so, there's that.
Here's Wade. Again, Cleveland scores.
That's just smart basketball right there, finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Grant, while most didn't expect it, last season the Pacers made the second NBA Finals appearance in their franchise's history.
Yeah, B.A., there's so much belief right now in that locker room. They never feel like they're out of a game, and that makes them dangerous. Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
And Harden's got the ball here for the Cavaliers. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. Anthony Edwards is truly a superstar on the rise. He said, quote, "People forget how young I am. I'm not even touching my prime yet. I'm just trying to get more efficient as every year goes by." Guys?
A star on the rise. Allie, thanks for the report. And Edwards puts up a deep three. And Indiana misses again.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Will it go? Down it goes. Edwards for three.
Shooting the three with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
Pass to Strus. Back to Harden. Driving inside. And Harden with the slam. Neither side willing to relent.
That's led to 8 lead changes and a bunch of drama already.
And here's Toppin. Pass to Nesmith. Takes a three. Good. The assist goes to Edwards. Nesmith's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Here's Nembhard. And Harden with the slam.
What an athlete Harden is. Gets off the ground so fast to hammer it down.
Well, Grant, you look at James Harden's capacity to generate offense. He is still at an elite level.
Yeah, a virtuoso with the rock. Even as he slows down, his ability to change pace keeps defenders off balance and creates for himself and others. It's just a thing to marvel at.
And Mobley throws it down.
It's just too easy for Mobley. This man, he's quick off the floor. He's got a 7'4" wingspan. Look, this man finishes the way he was built.
Pippen. And Indiana again with the bucket.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Knocks it loose. And the call will be against James Harden. That's his first foul of the game. And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Make some noise!
.51 seconds left in the first half. Left side, Nesmith. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. There was so much excitement around the Cavs team last season, Richard. It ended up in disappointment.
Yeah, they cruised through the first round of the playoffs, but sometimes it's better to be challenged in the first round. It sets you up as you move forward.
Got a piece of it, and stolen by McConnell. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Ingles from outside. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Pass to Wade. Stolen by Siakam. Here's Allen, and it's rejected. And it's out of bounds to Indiana. And the Pacers with possession here. Siakam outside. Stolen by Schroeder. In transition, here comes Cleveland. The pull-up. And he makes it. Strus has gotten his second bucket on the night.
And you can tell they're in sync right now. Expertly turning the steal into fast break points.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Pacers. They're up by 2. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. McConnell outside. Allen on the wing. And stolen by Nembhard. In transition, here comes Cleveland. And that's a foul called on T.J. McConnell. That'll be a second foul of the game. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. 2-point game. Inside. Here's Harden. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Harden's got 6.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
McConnell with it. No points so far. Siakam. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
For the lead. And he takes it up and lays it in. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
And Harden with the slam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
And it's Allen who slams it home.
What coaches love about Allen is he finds points. You don't have to run a ton of stuff for it.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Allen a screen. Edwards so good inside.
Oh, so smooth inside. Edwards found the opening and exploited it.
Now Harden. 10 points for him. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. 5 to shoot. Back to Harden. Pacers with a rebound. Outside Edwards. Pass to Pippen. And stolen by Mobley. Ellis on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Ellis has got his first 3 points of the game.
We see it happen again. They give the ball away, and it immediately hurts them.
McConnell, good.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Cleveland leading by 3. Here's Harden. The rebound by Allen.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Pass to McConnell. Back to Allen. Some nice passing by Indiana here. Wow, Siakam showing the range.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that.
Now Mobley. Ellis on the wing. This one for 3. The rebound by Allen. Outside Edwards. Ball's going up the court. Nembhard with a steal. Ellis outside. On the wing, Nembhard. And stolen by Edwards. Here's Siakam. Outside Edwards. And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Outside Nesmith. Pass to Jones. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And here comes Cleveland. On the wing, Wade. Back to Bryant. And the layup is good off the glass. Bryant's gotten his first points in this one.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Here's Wade. Indiana with a rebound. Nesmith on the wing. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Neesmith's got his second basket of the night. And we wrap up the third, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting fourth. And coming up as soon as we return from break.
The Pacers, 41.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And here's Nembhard. On the wing, Harden knocks down the triple.
Well, after an uneven first half, he's managed to right the ship and get things going.
Pass to Neesmith. Here's Huff. Strus grabs the miss.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Now Ingles. No good from outside. Here's Ellis. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Rick Carlisle as he talked with the team. Clearly, there's no doubt in the coach's mind. He told his guys, look, we're in this. All it takes is a couple of stops and a couple of buckets. It's yours for the taking. Now go out there and take it. I like his confidence. Guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
The break started with the steal by Allen. Look, those live ball turnovers, they will get you.
Cleveland leading by 5. And that's a foul called on T.J. McConnell. That's his third foul of the game. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Nembhard for 3. The rebound by Allen. Edwards for 3. No good. And so it's Cleveland with it. Next up on the schedule, the Clippers. That'll be a home game.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
On the take, Edwards. Got it.
The tenacity from Edwards. I mean, I love when he attacks the basket like that.
Nembhard fires. Oh, off target from downtown. Now here's Edwards. And it's Jared Allen with the foul. That's his first foul.
Can't give him too much grief for that one. He's been mistake-free for the most part.
The Cavaliers lead by 5. Takes a 3. The 3 is in.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Oh, stolen by Harden. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Tries it from 16. The putback. Oh, he jammed it.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
The putback. Just in time with the putback.
Look, the offensive glass is all about effort and energy. And Allen, look, he's got plenty of both.
Now Harden. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. And so he hits the technical free throw. Outside Harden. Ooh, he leaves no question.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. Now Allen. Outside Edwards.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
He drops the first one, and that brings him within 10. And both free throws good for Edwards. Here's Harden. There's a minute 12 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Allen rips down the board.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Edwards. Money from three.
And you gotta love the mentality of Anthony Edwards. He wants to be the star. He wants the spotlight. Not everyone is like that.
Flushes it down with both hands.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
And Cleveland has possession. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. And that's a foul called on T.J. McConnell. That'll get him his fourth foul of the game. 10-point lead. And no good as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. So he comes up empty at the line. And so Cleveland takes this one by a big margin. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
And that about wraps it up.